Fellow Southern Cameroonians, fellow Ambazonian, this is Capo Daniel, your civil liberty activist, coming to you today with the No Koni Talk Show. So today we are going to have a lot of hot topic to discuss and to bring to you a lot of facts as well as some details, analysis regarding what has transpired and what has been exposed due to the Chris Anu and Jomba Akoro's saga. We are also going to talk today about the incident in Batibo, which has been ongoing, which is something we have been monitoring. And we are going to talk today about leadership, the missing map of leadership within our struggle. So we have a lot of things that we are going to put out today, including certain things that are really very close to my heart that we wanted to do last week, but we could not have the chance to do. So today we did not announce this current show, but permit me, I'm going to leave behind a digital footprint so that other people who follow us can come and get a look and participate positively for our struggle. Today we are also going to talk about unity and the state of our revolution, which is something that we haven't done for some time. So you are all highly welcome. And as we used to say, for a more interactive presentation, I will encourage you to share the link to more and more people so that we have an interactive presentation today. Today we are not going to have calls at the end of the show, but definitely we are going to have a lot of things to cover. Very, very important and very, very deep things that we have to cover today. So ladies and gentlemen, once more, you are welcome to the No Koni Talk Show. We are going to give you analysis and advocacy for specific things within the struggle. We have had a lot of hard work this week trying to put one or few things together, talking to people, and we are going to deliver to you, the Ambazonian people. And we hope together we are going to be moving forward ever and backward never. There are a lot of things that has concerned us. There are a lot of things that we have put out there and it didn't take traction, and today we are seeing the consequences of what has been going on. So ladies and gentlemen, Ambazonians, please, you are all highly welcome. As usual, we are going to start with our national anthem and have a song where I would welcome everybody who is here, both the guests, the followers, and people who are friends of mine on this platform and friends of Eugene. So I want to encourage you at this moment of the national anthem as well as during the moment of the song, please, you can share the link for more people to come. So today we are going to sing a song, we are going to play a song by John Munang to capture the moment of the topic of today, and we are going to have an in-depth coverage of certain specific things that we have in certain lens that we think it has been long due. So I encourage you to share the link as we prepare, we get to the presentation. In a while, I'm going to welcome you, and please, we try to tell us where you are at, so that we can throw a shout out to you as well as the community that you represent. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me for the national anthem. There is no glory, Ambazonians show our loyalty. Praises to our Savior who granted us a freedom. Allegiance to the hero who bought this land with their blood. From glory to glory we rise to never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with milk and honey. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Fellow viewers, you are all highly welcome to this program, this No Koni Talk Show, which we advocate for our struggle for the restoration. We try to bring in-depth analysis as well as push forward certain things that we believe the population have to know, because our population is an integral part of this struggle. Yes, the Ambazonian public, those who listen on Facebook and those who participate on chat groups on WhatsApp, are an integral part of this struggle. Make no mistake. Don't think that just because you watch on Facebook and just because you participate on WhatsApp, it doesn't make you part of the struggle. You are part of an integral. You are part of the integral part. You are an integral part of this struggle. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play a song by John Menang to welcome all the guests before we launch our program for tonight. We have a lot of things to cover. We are going to talk today about Chris Anu and John Mbah Akuro, what transpired in Washington, D.C. As the wind have blown, we have seen the anus of the chicken. So we are going to talk about that as well. We are going to talk about detailed issues about leadership in our struggle. We are going to talk, the materials are coming, just hold on. So ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome all of you. I'm going to take about 1 minute 30 seconds to welcome everybody on the platform. And wherever you are, please drop down your location so that I can give you a shout out. So ladies and gentlemen, John Menang, Aji Sautu, you are highly welcome. So all of our brave children who have picked up arms to defend our pride and our nation, we salute you. Those who have been carrying action and on national duty in Buea, we salute all of you. Those in Batibo, we salute you. Those in Wum, we salute you. In Menju, in Momo, we greet you all. In Bali, we salute you. Our people in Moyoka, we greet you all. You are all welcome for Mbe from Ambazonia, the capital city, Buea. We salute you. Tabalazizo, we salute you. That man, you strong, eh? Ajong Akam Augustine, from where? Enos Bolu, from Gabon. Kotisa. Today we have a lot of issues to talk. We are going to talk about diplomacy, the progress we are making, and the things that you have to know and how you can help. We are also going to talk about the divide in a very positive way today. So you are all highly welcome. We have a lot of material to put out there for you. Ta Oliver from Atlanta, I throw you salute. I throw you salute for all those commanders who are in the diaspora. Array from Germany, I throw you salute. Jacob from Germany, I throw you salute. Germany now for evening time this one, Narafini Bolo, eh? Nana from Finland, Jobu, I salute you. Awana Linus from Cape Town, I throw you salute. Oh, Commander JKV, no be JKV that no. You are all highly welcome. We have had a lot of progress in our struggle. We have come too far. We have paid very high prices for our struggle, and we have to push it through. We have to get ourselves together and we push it through. Our leaders have to get their act together. And this is an ordained struggle. An ordained struggle, God works and establish only in righteousness. In truth, we shall establish our struggle. From Dubai, Kiyama, Ojong, Chobu Amba, from Moscow, throw a salute for Putin. Sanga Peter, I throw a salute. Sango, I say, oh boy, I name is Sango Peter. Here you strong. Crossroad Militia, I throw a salute. I throw a salute. Yes, Ngwa, Willie Dola. You come on to China, and China put the username say Dola. Amba. Whoever nana Amba go boya will go know. I throw a salute. Say, yeah. Oh. Otong, I throw a salute. Now wonderful. Now wonderful. You put up for left. Abu B. Hey. I salute you now. Welcome today. We'll give a match fire. We'll give a match fire today. Now we name me Kema Johnson. Oh, 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 yeah. Now wonderful. Amba, you are welcome. Theophile, you are welcome. Cotis, I salute you. Yeah, we have a lot of issues today to put out there, setting the record straight. The no spin setting the record straight. So we are not going to play around. We are not going to allow any no conny talk. We are going to put it straight as it is. No conny. Yeah, we no want conny. We no want that thing the way they make conny for here, conny for there. Meeting and don't be straight the way we did. Because now God ordained struggle this. God the established people that have righteousness alone. Now either will get plenty pastor for this. Yes, I try salute Evelyn, I try salute. Now wonderful. No, nanda peace no day, justice no go day. Now wonderful. Eric, now who give them some boo? Hey, not try me. Now wonderful. You put them for left. You go for Washington, you come for Canada. You come for Zaria, you go for London. Yes, Batibo, we will talk Batibo today. Anastasia Ngong at Troy Salon. For Bete, Gabi at Troy Salon. Yeah, today we have a lot of issues to put out there. Straight talk. No bemben, no conning. Straight talk. Yeah. Now wonderful. Justice not there. Think about your conscience. Think about your conscience. The wonderful. You put them for life. Now wonderful. To live long over that time is short. Okay, I think today I'm in a very joyful mood because when I look at our capital city of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia in Buea, I saw bravery that we haven't seen. We this morning we woke up in Hong Kong time morning. We saw the propaganda pictures coming in from La République du Cameroon where they have staged and they have killed people, putting guns on them, removing their genitals to expose them to us, to humiliate us. But in Buea, we have seen bravery like we have never seen before. A senior officer of the B, the Mad Dogs, he was killed by people who were defending our neighborhoods. He was killed in a way that was the stories, I cannot put them out there, but we know that he was rough-handed by hand. And all his weapons were harvested and everything. This is sending a message to all our Republic agents who are in our territory that this struggle is not gonna end. We are going to push it through, and our boys on the ground, they are willing to take that risk. That has sent shock waves within La République du Cameroon for them to know that they are not safe. As armed as they are, they will never be safe. You can never be safe in your enemy's house. You can never be safe in your enemy's house. So, Eboa from Douala, you are highly welcome. So today we have a lot of material that are very, very important that I'm going to put them as simple as Safi put them. So today I will start to talk. I won't start from the last, but I'll just start from the first. So I will start first today for talk about the issue for Canada. The issue for Canada. But before I want to start with the issue, I think I need to talk about the obsession about the IG. The obsession about the IG. Because sometimes we would talk about the IG. Some person go say, Capo, why you focus your time to talk for IG? I guess some strong IG people, the way they go talk, say, why you talk about we? Talk about act. Talk about this one. No talk about we. Una leave we alone. Yeah, una leave we alone. We get all that kind of attitude them for this was struggle. So yes, Blaze, no corny talk. We give a put on straight as it day. So that mean all man is skin is stand for place where they me no man no bikini make ye. Me all man know who we be. Now fakeness is spoil country. You look for La Republic. People already not supposed to be for some plane at the day. Ekema. Atanganji poor. Now say that is spoil country. So we need to become very, very straight. I'll put all man for a place today, including my audience, including Ambazonians, them all over the world. Ground Zero, the one for abroad, the one for Russia, the one for Asia. All side, all man need to know a correct place. All man need to know a correct place. If you carry tire, you go put on the steering. You carry steering, you go put on the tire. That motor no go shake. If you carry passenger motorboy, you bring up a driver seat. You carry driver, go put up a motorboy place. That work you no go waka. That clan no go make money. All man need to know a place for this struggle. All man need to know a place for this struggle. I want to start this story. I will start with the wise saying for today. The wise saying for today, I say, now two kind people than they. Now two kind people than they for this struggle. If they like picking way, you want go play football. If part and buy a ball, you carry a ball go for fee. Then call match. They not put you inside the match. You should don't for outside. The thing vex you. You talk say I'll take my ball and I give my ball my go to back. Another one na people the way the person not bring a ball for fee. They don't call match. They don't call na more na kind of play. Una they play the one move. Una the one change. Una na green for come out. I salute you, senior comrade Lucas Asu. So you get the two kind people then for inside school. That will be there for PS Baile when I go school. PS Baile for Nkwen. We get the two kind boy then for inside school. One I say boy way he part they always give money. They always give ball. If they bring a ball for inside fee, say we call football. But so the fact say you bring football, it don't mean I say you know how to play. Sometimes they go call match, they go put you. Sometimes they don't know call match, they don't go put you inside. But when they play football, if now you get ball, they know if you don't move you anyhow, put another man ready for outside. But some people, the way they know that football, they must put the inside fee and play. So one in the way they don't really know football, but they must put the inside fee also. But time go the way they talk to come out, change, means some other person enter play. Some people in the way they know if you ever come out for inside fee. You tell the same the come out, they talk say better me the chakara out in the fee make a person will get that ball. If vex him carry my ball go me. So you get the kind two people then for inside who are struggle. One na player the way they don't enter inside fee. They no one come out. They even beg themselves, I beg, come on me, another man can enter play, they no want for a year. You get another player the way, now then get ball. Then believe say na that kate that, na that fee that. You know if you move them for inside fee. You are move them for fee, they talk say, okay, I'll take my ball go me. Even when I call match, when I not put me inside the match, I take my ball go me. Now say the kind two people then there for this struggle. I will explain una for una as I go forward, una will understand who be the two kind people then. Where they there for a struggle and wait till will be very important. But I want to start by explaining for una why the obsession about IG. If you're there for inside population, you listen for me now. You be one of those people the way you've been a strong IG member. Anytime you hear they want talk, they talk only IG, they talk IG. It vex you plenty for your heart. You ask and say, but why would I over criticize IG? Now wait till you now on IG. Why would I not go live you with what IG? Why would I not go live you with what IG? Why anytime when I criticize IG, why when I criticize IG? Then you that one you dey like player the way you don't enter inside fee. They don't select you for fee, put you for inside fee to play. They tell you say me you come out. Just because you start match and then you feel say if you score, you struggle your best for go score. It don't mean say they no fit change you. Because people they for outside they watch that match. Now they know who the spoil match. Now the people they for outside they see them. All players know say the one play fine. All players know say they play fine. But now people they never ask now they change player for inside fee. Now they talk say you come out, give chance me the other person player. Me don't know how move you begin feel say now you must go score. No, my time for score. That almost score. No. When your time now reach inside fee, then they say come out, do come out small. Come out shidong. Maybe so another time go there match go there you go enter back. This talk what I want talking means wait. Some people then they for this struggle. Then feel say now then get IG. And now IG get the struggle. So inside their mind, they know if you come out, Inside their mind, people the way they talk say me then come out, or me then change, or me then do something. It no concern them. They look at it, the first thing they say, but why you? You there for this group? Why you the only can talk about my own group? First of all, you don't want to talk about my group. You don't pay how much. You contribute how much to this struggle. Yes, you need to contribute money for IG. You contribute money for AGC. You contribute money for SCYL, for Maurice, for Republic of Ambazonia. Why you can't add your more for a thing? Now, see some people in there, the idea that I want to tell those people and say, then be very wrong. Then be very wrong. Why are the focus for IG? Now, because say IG, now the motto for this struggle. Now the motto, now the chassis. You know me say now you get the engine. The IG is supposed to be now the chassis. Where you give a carry, we go for Boya. Why? The IG, you know they let the other group them. Because the other group then now then she don't decide to make the IG. Now then create IG. Skakuf now the other group they then join, they can create IG. Say me IG. Now our idea this will take and go before. When you do for the other group them, it is lesson now you get ball. Now when I get this struggle, the SCYL, the Maurice and all the people they done with this struggle for a long time. Now they begin this struggle. When we will do our own thing them, now they begin this struggle. Now they will take care for our history. Now they will preach our story them for our struggle. Now they get all the thing them. But now they don't can shidong. They don't call some of we will be there for our side to muka enter inside fee. We don't can enter fee so we do overshine. They don't change we again for inside fee. Those people them, where then they inside IG now, and then the fee say na their group. At the same time they talk say IG na government, but at the same time they fee say oh, no man not supposed to talk about IG. They make the biggest mistake. First of all, the IG belongs to the nationalist group. IG does not belong to the people who are in the IG. The IG belongs to SCYL. It belongs to AGC. It belongs to the Republic of Ambazonia. It is not your thing. The IG is not your thing. I listened to Secretary Chris Anu. He talked about he wants to set the record straight. And he said those people who are trying to remove him and Mola Sako from the IG because they want to destroy the IG. And it is his job to protect the IG. A lot of people, they have the same mindset. Because you belong to a group that your head of your group is a country head. Because you belong in a group that you are supporting the IG, you are putting your money in the IG. You have think now that you have a sense of entitlement. IG, that your money that you have put in IG, that your position that you have in IG has entitled you to own the IG. And the IG now belongs to you. And you think that you have the exclusive right to protect the IG. You have the exclusive right, you alone. It is your burden to protect the IG. And those people who are out there, according to you, they are not part of the IG. It is not their job. They want to come and remove you and take over the IG. That is their idea. They want to destroy the IG according to you. No. The right to protect the IG, first of all, primarily belongs to AGC, SCYL, Republic of Ambazonia, Maurice, the consortium. These are the owners of the IG. They are the fathers of the IG. They are the mandators of the IG. Anybody who thinks that these people want to come and take the IG, their IG, they have lost their sense. You cannot eat your cake and you have it back. The IG cannot secede. You cannot cut off from your parents. You cannot. Even if your parents say we disown you, even if you say I disown my parents, that does not make them, your biological relationship with them will always remain. It will always remain. Why do I criticize the IG so much? It is because the IG is the vision. The IG is supposed to be the body that is supposed to represent all the various nationalist groups. It is a very important organization, very important institution. Yes, some of those groups do not recognize their legitimacy. It doesn't mean that they don't recognize the IG. They don't recognize the legitimacy of the IG. Because the IG It's like your child decides to say, I'm going to party without your authorization. And you say, whatever when you go do for outside, anything happen for you, it didn't appear your head. It don't mean say that pikin no be your pikin. It don't mean say that pikin no be your pikin. So the people ready for IG, the people ready to support IG, they need to get them for their head. Say all man get right for IG. Not be only you where you pay money for day. Not be only you where you belong to a group where you're president na country head. No. As a matter of fact, I voted for the IG. I am part of the people who created the IG. So when some people, they think that they own the IG and it is their sole duty to protect the IG and the struggle, Chris Anu, Secretary Chris, you are wrong. Without you, the IG will still function. Without you, the struggle will still go. It is not up to you and Sako to protect the IG and to protect the struggle. Those who are criticizing the IG, they are not doing so because they think that they want to destroy the IG. They are trying to destroy the IG. They are not doing so because we are not criticizing the IG because we don't want the IG to succeed. No. It's because we want the IG to be effective, to do what it was supposed to be doing. It mandates, for it to follow its mandate. Go back to the Fourth Conclave. Everybody who was in the Fourth Conclave, who voted for the IG, 80% of them disagree with the direction of the IG. As a matter of fact, if we have to sit back in the people, or just call back all the people of the conclave, of the Fourth Conclave, if we have to sit again, we are going to impeach Mola Sako and we are going to impeach Chris Anu. Guarantee you the vote will be overwhelming because they have moved away from their mandate. They have moved away from their mandate. Yes, they have moved away from their mandate. I used to sit down, I watch Chris Anu talk, and then I wait for my country, the AIP to come and speak. Because when Mola Sako speak, I see some maturity. I see some stability in the way he speak. So many times Secretary Chris will come and say many things that I just think they are just out of bounds. He talks about groups going to neutralize other groups. Telling people on the ground, if you don't join the ASC, they are going to destroy you, they are going to kill you. These are the policy that Chris Anu was saying. He was asking groups that are within the government to kill other groups, kill Ambazonians. This is what Chris Anu was saying. All along, I thought that Chris Anu was just saying things out of himself. I think that maybe he's just doing like, he just wake up one day and then he come and say things. And then Sako will come and say the opposite thing. There are many, many examples. There was an example of the UNPO. Chris, they came and they delegitimized that process. Sako came out and he said that, no, this is a good thing. And I was very happy with him. But Chris Anu, our secretary, our communication secretary and IT secretary, come out and said something that is very, very troubling. Chris Anu said that what he says is not his own. That whatever he was saying is as a result of a cabinet meeting. That means the cabinet will sit down with our AIP there, make decision before Chris Anu will come and talk. So as a matter of fact, what Chris Anu was saying all along, and we think that it was so bad, it was so stupid, it was so ridiculous, it was actually a reflection of this administration. It was not just Chris making up his story. It was actually from our administration. This is so troubling. This is so troubling. A good leader, when you come in a struggle and everybody is divided, your first duty is to unite the people. That is my expectation with our press AIP. Unite everybody. That was his first mandate. The first time I spoke to Mola Sako, that is what he told me. He said, Capo Daniel, I've inherited a divided struggle. I'm going to bring everybody together. I'm going to seek for a mandate, to legitimize my mandate. That is what he said. And today what he's doing is completely opposite of what he was saying from the beginning. The president of our revolution must understand that this is a collective struggle. Secretary Chris must understand that this is a collective struggle. No be money thing. Now all we join. A collective thing in all society. Then get virtues for everything for succeed as a collectivity. These virtues are democratic principles. For us to be effective as a people, we must be able to collaborate with one another. We must be able to consult one another. And one of the most important principles for collective movement is the issue of preserving the minority. That is why in democratic countries, in America, for example, they have a system of voting that they call universal, the constituents vote, the college, they call it the electoral college, which is meant to preserve the minority voice. You have to preserve the minority. Just because you are the majority does not mean that you have to dominate. In a progressive society, even monopoly is considered a bad thing. Monopoly is a crime in any country that is succeeding. You can never be Dr. Know-all. I give you one example. Our struggle right now has stalled. We have wasted over 5 months. In the beginning of this year, January, we said that we need unity for us to progress. We need unity. It's not something that we like. I'm just telling the fact as it is. If we are not united, we cannot go anywhere. Because first of all, the people who are observing us, the people who are stakeholders who can help us, who can speak for us, will not do anything if we are disunited the way we are. And the Washington, D.C. forum have just proven how disunited we are. We cannot manage even 50,000. 50,000, if we sit here in China, we will bring up that money for one day. We cannot even manage 50,000. We start to argue here and there, insulting people here and there. Insulting people here and there. Our AIP, Mola Sako, I am sorry to say, we have been very, very patient supporting your mandate, supporting your agenda for a long time. But in this struggle, we are fighting for the life of 8 million people. People are dying every day. Blood is being shed every day. If you really do not have the plan to take us to Buea, because we know that you want to take us to Buea, to want something is different to be able to do it. For a revolution to succeed, you need people who have vision, who have a plan. A leader must have a vision. You must have a plan that you can explain to people. If you are unable to be articulate, it means that you don't have anything in you. You do not have a plan. First of all, the AIP announces his key plan, his joker, my trip to Buea. We supported it, we endorsed it. At the end of the day, what happened with my trip to Buea? What difference has it made? What difference is my trip to Buea have made? And then the president come again. He said, okay, we are going to introduce the system of ID card. It turned out that that was a bad idea. He withdrew that plan. He came out, he's going to introduce the system of appointing governors. He saw that it was a bad idea. He withdrew that idea. And after my trip to Buea, what did he do? He launched a mega plan called the Marshall Investment Plan. The Marshall Investment Plan, let him not think that we have forgotten things. No. If they sit there, they are not worrying about how are we going to Buea. Some of us, we sleep every night, we think about what are we going to do to Buea. What is going to be the future of Ambazonia? The AIP came to us. He announced that his plan after my trip to Buea is the Marshall Investment Plan. That is his plan. He said that this is a plan that is going to propel us into Buea. And every time you put your money, they are going to give you a share in our natural resources. We criticize it. But as a leader, before you make a plan, before you do anything for the life of 8 million people, you have that resources, you have the manpower to do assessment, to do consultation. Before you see that, okay, I will do here. Leader, you have to look at the big picture. You play leadership is like a chess game. That is why leaders, they don't go to the war front to fight. A leader, you sit down, you say, I'll put my chess here, I'll take this one and put here, I'll take this one and put here, and then we will reach to Buea. A leader without a vision, a leader without a map, a leader without a program cannot take us to Buea. Our AIP, you have to come us and tell us your plan. You came after my trip to Buea, you said that the plan was the Marshall Investment Plan. I have it here. This is my note. This is my note. This is my note here. What is my note? I took the notes. This is my note. Marshall Investment Plan. This is it here. Marshall Investment Plan. We cannot joke with the life of 8 million people when people are dying. We cannot joke with it. This is not a game. You cannot play around with our life. You cannot play around when our people are dying. Our people are dying. You come around, you announce to us that your plan to take us to Buea is the Marshall Investment Plan. What has happened with that plan? What has happened with the Marshall Investment Plan? Now, Eric Tato, you brought Eric Tato in this struggle to promote your administration. You have left your plan, the Marshall Investment Plan, and you are now going after Eric Tato and taking his ideas. Ideas from Eric Tato about county by county, which is a rehash of block by block. It's the same thing. He go and take block by block and change the name, and then you go there to take it. Eric Tato came. He said that they should kick out Francophones. Chris Ano, you take it in your administration, you say this is the policy. So instead of the government leading the activists are now leading the government. It is so true that even Eric Tato have said that I will take over. So if you, Mola Sako, our AIP, I take God, I beg you, you have announced to us that you have a plan, the Marshall Investment Plan. Were you lying to us? Were you lying to us? Were you lying to all the 8 Amazonian people that you have a plan? Where is your plan? You said that you have my trip to Buea. There is a plan in my trip to Buea. You explain, who did you give that plan to? You have come with the Marshall Plan, Investment Plan. You have not even gone through with that plan. You now say that you are taking, Chris Ano have come and said that you have voted in your cabinet. You have voted in your cabinet. Something that an activist, we activists, we are involved with the day-to-day management of the struggle, the micromanagement of the struggle. We take the pause. We think about what is going on in Ground Zero. We try to follow it. We blow the fan. Let the fire be burning. That is our job. Activists are involved in micromanagement. The small binti in them. That's small in them. Our leaders are supposed to be looking at the big picture. Leaders are not supposed to be activists. No. Leaders are supposed to sit there and see the chessboard and say, if I do like this, I do like this, I do like this, we will reach to Buea. If our leader is now, instead of giving us his plan and giving us his vision, he is going to an activist, taking activist programs that are supposed to be inspiration to tickle the minds and adopting it. Eric Tato is the one who brought the thing to kick out Francophones. He was the one who brought it. He said it so. County by county, Eric Tato is the one who brought it. Even though it is a copyright of block by block. And if this is now the plan of the interim government, it means that they don't have any plan at all. In other countries, in Israel, in UK, in Germany, when a leader comes to power, you take over power, you come for a mission. You come for a mission. And when you cannot accomplish that mission, you step aside. You step aside for somebody else to sit there. We cannot play games with the life of 8 million people. We cannot play that game with a line of 8 million people. If you do that, it means that you are wicked. If you do that, you are wicked. If you have come out with your master plan, you have my trip to Buea, you say, give me 2 million. I believe it's because you have done your research, you have done your consultation, and you believe that when you ask for 2 million, if you don't have 2 million, you are going to have what it will take to take us to Buea. So if that was your plan and that your plan has failed, call people together. Bring in people who have other plans. Empower them and let them prepare the people to Buea. If not, let us look for somebody else from Southern Zone. We look for another people. Dr. Kwanga is there. We can bring Dr. Kwanga. We can look for other people from the Southern Zone. If your plan have failed, reassess it. Do consultation and implement something that can take us to Buea. You cannot sell us empty papers. You cannot sell us empty papers. We will never allow it. We are Anglo-Saxon people. We will ask questions. Where is your plan? Where is your plan to Buea? You cannot come every day and say, my plan is, give me money. Give me money and I'm going to give the money. I'm going to go to Buea. You collect the money and you share it to people, and then you sit down, you think that they will take us to Buea. No. The people who were doing the fighting on the ground, they were not fighting on 20 million. Where is the equipment? Where are the equipment? All the things we have seen on Ground Zero have been harvested from Ground Zero. All. Everything have been harvested from there. You collect the money just to pay the salaries or to pay the fighters on the ground. You cannot be paying salaries in this struggle. You can incentivize them in a way that only a commander will know how to do it the right way. If you make them to become addicted with money, then the whole thing will implode. You have to see fighters on the ground fighting for money. Fighting for money. Making videos and sending here for money. That's why you see them, they have now, the struggle have, the infighting have removed from diaspora to Ground Zero. From Ground Zero. The AIP must bring his plan. Take it to the Restoration Council. Stop taking ideas from activists and bringing it as a plan. If you even do that as a part of your micro plan, you have to have your plan. Of course, they can take ideas from activists. But the leader himself must have his own vision. You must have your own vision and your own roadmap. You must have your vision and your own roadmap. It is not acceptable. The worst thing that can happen to somebody is that you are a failure and then you don't even know that you have failed. You must have a plan. How can we have our own victory? Okay, with diplomacy. Where is the key point of diplomacy? It is the United Nations. The United Nations General Assembly is coming in 5 years' time. How do I get our agenda in that committee? How do I get there? People have been advising you. From January, we have been saying that we need a law firm. We need a lobby firm to lobby for us. We need a lobby firm. That idea was rejected because it came from SCAPAC. That idea was rejected because it came from SCAPAC. It's not because it was not good. And now the United Nations General Assembly have come. We are not in the agenda. And you don't even know that that is a failure. Some people don't even know that that is a colossal failure. That is a big failure. You must have goal. The interim government, the AIP as a leader must have a goal. You set yourself target. This is not a new thing. Seseko set us target. Seseko said by April, I'm going to have recognition. He set himself target. He brought himself a roadmap. How am I going to be there? You must have your plan. You must have your plan as a leader. Show us your plan. If you do not have your plan, if your plan for my trip to Buea have fallen short of your expectation, take the responsibility and step down. Give us a new president. It is not acceptable that we are not in the agenda of the United Nations. That is a failure. And if the people in the interim government do not even know, then they are failing everybody. The interim government, they are going around talking about county by county. Where is the Marshall Plan? What has happened with the Marshall Plan? You cannot sell us papers as for money. You cannot sell us papers for money. The job of the interim government, the AIP, is not just to collect money and share them. No. They have collected small money in Washington, D.C. Before the money even come up, they are already fighting about how to share the money. Professor Ayim have already come up with a letter. We are going to buy groundnut and share it to you guys. What type of nonsense is that? What type of nonsense is that? We cannot allow leadership failure in this revolution. We cannot allow. If it was for those who are complaining that, okay, what about these other groups? What about all these other groups? Understand something. These other groups are not the same like the IG. The AGC, the SCYL, Maurice, Republic of Ambazonia, they want are people that thin. That means that people that run Shidong, then gather people them. Say, I have a vision. Follow me. I take this one, I take this one. And they form their groups to fight for the independence and the interests of the people of Southern Cameroon. But the IG is not somebody, no be manitin. The IG no be manitin. Now people that run call them put the face fee. So when I enter play ball. When I enter play. If the run Shidong, they see so when I need to play fine. When I command me different people them play. No player no go Shidong for this fee talk say they no fit move me. No player not supposed to talk, say they don't move me. If Chris Anu, you are messing up, you are not living up to expectation, or the AIP, his plans are falling short of expectation, then he has to change. Either he reform the IG to be what it is supposed to be, bring in people who can help him, or he step down and give us another Sauduna. We need another Sauduna to be our head. Either Dr. Akwanga or they look for somebody else. We need a Sauduna to lead us. We need somebody from the Southern Zone to lead us. If the AIP want to keep his job, he must produce results. He must tell us his accomplishment for my trip to Buea. If there is no accomplishment to my trip to Buea, his Marshall Plan that he has given us already, he must follow the Marshall Plan. If there was no plan and he was giving us empty papers, then he has to go. He has to go. You cannot do the same thing again and again and expect different results. That is the definition of a madness. You cannot do the same thing again and again and expect different results. That is madness. I should talk about Dr. Ayabacho. What should I talk about Dr. Ayabacho? Ayabacho is not the leader he's not the leader of the interim government or of the struggle. He's one of the leaders of the struggle. He is the people who have created the interim government. He has never said that he wants to be the leader. As a matter of fact, Ayabacho was on this platform and he said that the Southerners should lead us. So we should forget about talking about Dr. Ayabacho. I am not sure if you even put Dr. Ayabacho, the leader of this struggle, he's going to accept. They should stop all this their propaganda that this one wants to take power. Anybody you want to talk about, criticize the interim government, they'll say that you want to take power. Your aim is that you want to overthrow them. They want to overthrow the interim government. No. They want the interim government to be a representative of all the nationalist movement of the G7. That is what they want. That's what they want. That's what they want. In Washington, D.C., what happened in Washington, D.C. have exposed the main problem we have in this our struggle. It has exposed us very well. We had forced them to go and sit down together. These people, they sit down together in a group, the G7, with the IG. John Ba Akoro. I called him when I listened to Chris Anu. I called John Ba Akoro. I said, what happened? What was the deal with the $200? You don't have $200? And the man was laughing and he almost cried. This is somebody who abandoned his job, who was earning more than 500,000. How many of us abroad could earn that amount of money back in Cameroon? Yes, now we can have companies there, we can make that money. This guy left his job, earning over 500,000 CFA because of our struggle, because he wants to stand for us, the Ambazonia people. And come here, he went to a meeting, and because he has a communique, I have seen the receipt. He has a very important document that he had with him. He needs to send somewhere that I cannot even say it. And he needed $200. He explained to the people there, I need $200 to send this document for Ambazonia to arrive in this office in time. Who can give 200 money here? And somebody there is going to take that story and twist it that John Ba Akoro wanted to. He did not have money. He was borrowing money, $200. And they expect us Ambazonia people to believe. One young lady have even released an audio saying, John Ba Akoro, you want to borrow $200? How can you lead people with $200? Look how they can spoil somebody who have given his life for the struggle. Somebody who have abandoned his family, his job for the struggle. You come and you twist his image. Twist his image. And because you think that he wants to come and take your position in the interim government. Because that position, you are not only caterpillar if you move for day. No. No, Secretary Chris. If people ask you to step down, just like we asked the commander of the spokesperson of ASC, Saul Foncha, when he made a mistake, everybody said that there must be consequences. Step down. You are not the only person who can do the job. Step down if you fail. If you become the problem, step down. Remember when they went to Washington, D.C., we all was talking how wonderful Chris Anu was. He was doing the MC. He did a wonderful job. So we have the goodwill. It's not that we are just criticizing him for anything. No. I love Chris Anu. He's an oracle. He has a powerful voice. He has a charisma. God has given him a talent. But when it comes to national issue, nobody is indispensable. There are times when you make an error. There are times when you lose the mojo. You become an object of division. You step aside. You can come back. You step aside. You don't continue. Don't think that you must be the one to defend the interim government. Hey, they want to come and remove me. If they remove me and Sako, the interim government is finished. Chris Anu and Sako, you are not the interim government. You are not. They have even forgotten that John Mbah Akoro is part of the interim government. As a matter of fact, the consortium is the owner of the mandate from Ground Zero. So people, you are criticizing Chris Anu. Chris Anu is the AIG. Chris Anu is part of the IG. The consortium is what gives the mandate to the IG. So all this nonsense have to stop. People have to understand that they can come down from their position and give other people the chance to serve. It is not they are fighting to take your thing. It is not your thing. It's not your thing. Our leadership must have a vision. Our leadership must have a map. They cannot just go and be collecting things from here and there and putting it to people. People are sitting there. We are waiting that they are taking us to where the train is moving. Somebody is asking my personal job. I'm an engineer. I'm a civil engineer. Okay, so I will leave that issue there. My main point about that issue is that the interim government, our AIP, is behaving, is demonstrating like the interim government does not have any tangible plan to take us to Buea. Because first of all, his mandate, which he demand an action plan, was my trip to Buea. At the end of my trip to Buea, he has not come out to give us any success or reassess the success of my trip to Buea. He came up with a plan called the Marshall Investment Plan. That plan did not even kick off. Chris Anu is saying that the cabinet has voted to take country by county. So what is what? Are they just confused? Are they confused? Are we sitting and expecting that they are taking us somewhere, they have planned, they are doing things when they are not doing anything? Because you must be doing something for us. We are not going to go to Buea by magic. We need people who are workaholic, who are going to be working night and day to make sure that we reach there. Let this guy. Let me not. I don't have anything to prove to you, Mr. Man. So what I'm saying is that the interim government must come up with its plan to take us to Buea. They must have a plan to take us to Buea. The job of the interim government is not just to bring up fundraising initiative, collect money and share it on Ground Zero and sit down and hope that we are going to Buea. The United Nations Assembly has come and it has passed. It has failed. And if they don't even know that that is a failure, then we are in a deep shit. We are in a deep shit. And my word to Chris Anu is that, Chris Anu, you are not the owner of the interim government or the struggle. You are not indispensable. When they are criticizing you, it doesn't mean that they want to take your job. If you fall short of expectation, you can step down. In Israel, in UK, when they bring a new president, even in Germany, when you have a new president, he comes up with a mandate. And if that mandate fails, he steps down. He steps down. He steps down. So if the interim government does not have a plan, which they have demonstrated that they don't have a plan, because after my trip to Buea, they launched, the interim president launched the Marshall Investment Plan. Out of a sudden, Eric Tato just came up and said that all Anglophone to go. They adopted it and they take it, that is their plan now. Eric Tato came out and said that county by county. Now they adopted it and said that that is their plan. So they did not really have any plan. Instead of them having the broader plan, they are now following activists, taking plan from activists. We activists, we give suggestion, we give advice, we tickle the mind. Yes, they can take our plans, but they should have a road map. A leader must have a road map. How can you take us to somewhere that you don't know the road? You cannot just sit down there and think people will fight and then kill people and then we'll go to Buea. No, you need hard diplomacy. We were asking for a lobby firm. You have not given us a lobby firm. America, even Paul Biya has gone and get a lobby firm. Look at what the lobby firm is doing. Anything that Pobia do, they are put it in CNN. They are put it everywhere. Who is doing that job for them? It is a lobby firm. It is a lobby firm that is doing that job for them. The last time they bring these, their fake people to come and cry in Bamenda. When the people cried, the news was everywhere already, because the lobby firm was making sure that they lobbied the international community to broadcast their news. So that is how we're supposed to do it. That's how we're supposed to do it. About the incident in Batibo, what happened in Batibo, I think is very important, because last month we have an issue in Mato. The issue in Mato where the camp of Sokadef, Sokadef had two camps. From what we got from the people on the ground, one of the generals of Sokadef had engaged with the ADF, and they wanted to take over his camp, probably out of mutual understanding or something like that. And it ensued into a very serious conflict that we almost have Sokadef fighting with ADF. Thank God it never happened. And the General Ivor and General Divine, they had to make peace and make sure that they stay together. At that time, we were advocating, we said that we also need for our defense forces to have some type of a memorandum of understanding, to have a mechanism in place, to have a conduct of code in place, so that when they have conflict with each other, they can always go back to that code of conduct. One of the things that we were proposing is that when you train your soldier, that soldier should never be accepted in any other group. If a soldier is under ADF, that soldier should never be accepted in Sokadef. Sokadef soldier should never be accepted in ADF. Everybody should maintain your commander. They should come up with some code of practice that can never be broken by any of them. They have ignored that issue. The same thing has happened now in Batibo. The same thing. And the good thing is that what happened in Batibo, now the people, the other forces in Batibo, they are now saying that it was ADF who did the job of the SDO there. Something that they were refusing initially. So what happened in Batibo, I'm going to tell you what happened in Batibo. General Ivor was the main person who had a camp in Batibo. General Ivor was there, and then we have the guys of the Terminators, the TT. The Terminators were there. These were the two major groups in Batibo. These are the two major groups. There are other actors, but these are the two major groups who had camps. At one time, General Ivor had moved from Batibo to go and reinforce certain fighting that was going on certain where. He left behind two of his lieutenants, General Biebie and General Tiger. Even Mark Berata had published about General Tiger being part of the ADF. So because they left and the trip of the program of my trip to Boya came, they came in with money. People came in with money and started to give the soldiers who were there to work for them. At that time, I was saying that this is wrong. No fighter should, if you have your money, go and look for your own fighters. Go and make your own camp. No group. We said that it was wrong when AZF did it to Sokadef. It is also wrong when other people do it for ADF. It became a place where the soldiers, they were now having disrespecting each other. They were calling themselves now general. Who make you general? How can General Ivor train you and then another person come and make you a general, and then you carry the name general? In military, this is a big issue for them. This was a big issue of them, and it almost led to infighting. At one point, the General Biebe, he was going around even harassing people and other things like that. General Esu was there. Everybody in Batibo, it was becoming a PR issue. They were using excessive force because they were not feeling safe. If you are a fighter, you are in a place there, you have guns, and you are afraid that the people are not looking out for you, because when these mad dogs are coming, you need the people to collaborate with you and tell you when they are coming or not. So they start to use excessive force. It becomes a PR issue. The people of Batibo let me not be calling the name of those small villages there. They started to react. The ADF has to go there now and arrest these generals. These generals now, when they arrest them, the people who were paying them from other groups to act on their behalf, they start to say, now, why are they arresting generals? First of all, these generals belong to the ADF. If you come and take them, the ADF can still come there. I cannot blame them. I cannot blame them. I had already said that, okay, first of all, I don't like the idea that you arrest fighters because we need every fighters. But if these generals were trained originally by the ADF, then the ADF, they have that power over them. Nobody can complain. And nobody should be doing the business of going on the ground, buying soldiers of another people. We already know that even the Terminators that was with the ASC, they are now even working more with General Yumfo. So these are the things that are going on the ground. People have to know these things, so that people don't come and twist things there, may make audio and our population are confused. All these conny things, they are not good. They are not good. So before they were even saying that the SDO, the DO that was arrested, which was the biggest victory that we have had so far, to pick up an SDO, that was a wonderful thing that they did. At that time they were saying that they were claiming other people action. This one is claiming other people action. This one is claiming other people action. That is not good at all. So we hope that all the defense group must come together and have a code of conduct. We have now seen that many of the generals who were there, including the ones who were the ones who we have seen the videos, have had videos like over 6 different commanders from different areas. They are sending their message. Now they belong to the Ambazonian Military Council, the group that was set up by I don't know if it was instigated by from outside or not, but they are saying it's a ground initiative. All the commanders who were before under the ASC, many of them have joined the Ambazonian Military Council. So they are now having their own council, because the generals there now are very worried. The people from abroad, they are having money. They will just come down and buy their lieutenant, carry their groups and go. And it's causing a lot of chaos. That's why from the beginning we say, leave military things to military people. Don't go and start buying soldiers. Don't go and buy soldiers. Leave military things to military people. If anybody has trained his people, you want to help them, give that money to the commander. The commander is not going to know how to manage the money. Because a lot of money have been going down only for salary. Now, any fighters will just pick the phone call and call, hey, money no for granite. When I say me money for granite, it's a distraction. They can do a lot of harvesting down there by themselves. It's a distraction. Let the AIP stop this issue of fundraising for Ground Zero. Let him give them to the ASC. Chris Anu is a spokesperson for the interim government, not for the military. The Secretary of C and IT have no business to come and be talking about, give me money, I'm going to guarantee a job that belongs to another department. No. They must follow strict conduct. They must follow strict conduct. So that is a very important thing that I wanted to put out there. The leaders must come up with a way of having some type of a military code for all the groups. Secondly, our acting interim president, the AIP, must come up with his plan to take us to Buea. He must bring a plan. The people deserve a plan. You cannot be coming here and then you just take country by country. Country by country is no plan. First of all, it is block by block. Another name for block by block. That is a copyright. It is no plan. Bring your own plan. You brought my trip to Buea. Bring us the assessment. Tell us the success of my trip to Buea. And if you want another chance, ask the other chance they will give you. But what I will say is that a good leader is the one that uses talents that God has given you. Because you as a leader, you cannot do everything. You cannot see everything. That is why I miss Seseko. That's why I miss Seseko. As worse as people were complaining about Seseko, he was going after Ayabacho, he was going after Dr. Akwanga. Because just like the story I said before, when you bring your football for fee, then call football. Player then they way now they know how to play football. They must day for inside fee, they must call them for game. All those old people, they must day inside game. Then if you be person where you been a person where you know been a tutule, you don't come for fee, then carry you give him chance you go play. If you know the play fine, they go move you put another person. No begin the vex. No begin the vex say, hey, do I move me? Hey, I must score. No. Chris Anu, you cannot come and say that the whole revolution depends on you and depends on the AIP. No, it does not depend on you. You are not indispensable. None of us are indispensable. We were thinking Seseko has become our messiah. But he left, the struggle still continue. Tomorrow we may not be there. The struggle should continue. We should continue. We should continue. So fellow Ambazonians, that is it for those two particular issues. We have a leadership problem. If we are not united, we are done. We are going to wait here. I can tell you, guarantee you, until we become one, have a single leader whose mandate is not disputed, we cannot do anything. If the leaders they want to make people to be dying for nothing, Let them continue their game that they are playing. Let the interim government be doing his hide and seek. You come here and then you come out and you lie to people to try to scatter people's brain. And then let the other people go and suffer. You think that you own the struggle. You want to carry the struggle on your head by yourself. You delay until you come back and ask for unity. From January, they refused unity. Today, they have come for that unity conference. They have refused it again. They will delay. People will die until December. They will come back to their senses. And then they'll say, let's come and sit down together. It's divided we fall. United we stand. This is logic. This is common sense. You don't need to have a PhD to know. This is just common sense. You have to come together for us to succeed. Dr. Ayabacho, Dr. Akwanga must look for a way. Dr. Sako, they must look for a way to work together. Nobody cannot do it by himself. Chris Anu, if you are so afraid of your job, you are afraid of the AIP's job so much, and then you are making a mistake. In other countries, that things are very, people are very progressing. When a leader, his agenda fails, he can step down and allow somebody else to rule. We need a Southwesterner to rule us. From Chief Ayamba to Molanjo Litumbe. We have always have a sacred path that our Southwesterners will lead us. That is what Cho Ayaba have said. He has said that we need a Southwesterner to lead us. If Mola Sako is not very effective, we know that he wants to take us to Buea. But there is a difference between dreams and reality. You can just be dreaming that you want to take us to Buea. Yes, Abu Free, I forgot I wanted to talk about Mola, about Wanja. I'm very sorry because when my first reaction when Wanja made that his video, I started to listen to that video. When he started to talk about Northwesterners, they are thinking like this, they are thinking like this. I just say, fuck you. Who are you? Who are you to be talking about this Northwest and Southwest thing? We are tired of this nonsense. But at the end of the day, I realized something. That the people of the Southwest, they have a you cannot link the way people think with where they come from. Because maybe there are people of Northwest who think the same like this one. We cannot tribalize thoughts. That is just too bad. That is a sin. You cannot tribalize the way people think. Yes, we have to have a regional balance because of our past. But we should never say that people think this way because they come from the Northwest. The people think this way because they come from this Southwest. That name says Northwest and Southwest should finish. I don't see people in terms of Northern Zone and Southern Zone. But we must be sensitive to the geopolitics. We should always make sure that when there are men, there are 7 men, there should be 1 woman. We should always make sure when there are 10 positions, if there are 5 people from the Northern Zone, there should be 5 people from the Southern Zone. We should be smart enough to do that. But we should never go to the extent where Wanja went to. Wanja, you are wrong. When you think that people from the Northern Zone, they think in a way. That is racism. You cannot even call it racism because it's not a race. You are wrong. But you have a point in that we need regional balance. You remember, I talk about this issue also because at one point the whole Restoration Council they were all made up of people from the Northern Zone. But who put them there? It was Seseko. It was Seseko. So do you want to say Seseko is discriminating? The person who was in this struggle insulting us as Bamenda people, Ngrafi people. Who was it? It was Santos, Dr. Santos. Santos is who? Is from the Northern Zone. So we should not think that we are tribalistic people because you think this way, you are from this way. Because you say that Ngrafi means that you are from the Southern Zone. No. We should emancipate ourselves from that mental slavery that La Republic has put us inside. We should emancipate ourselves and start to think in terms of competency and regional balance. We look for competency and regional balance. We need somebody from our leader must be from the Southern Zone. That is the sacred path. So we want our leader is now of the interim government is Mola Sako. But Mola Sako should understand that he is not indispensable. If he is unable, if he fails to have unity, if he also fails to come up with a plan that can take us to Buea, then he has a moral responsibility to step down and allow another Southerner to rule. Chris Arnold, the same thing applies to you. If you become ineffective as a communicator, because your job is like a ministry, you are a secretary of communication and IT. If you become irresponsible or you become in a position that it is not possible for you to communicate properly, and other people are seeing you now like a problem, then you have lose your mandate because your job is to communicate. If you are unable to communicate with everybody because people hate you, then you have to step down. Don't think that they want to take your job. It is because people think that you cannot communicate with Ayabacho, you cannot communicate with these other people. Of course, these are people who are important. These are important constituency. If you cannot communicate with them, then you lose the essence of being in that position. Then step down, let somebody else take your position. So the IG is not your thing. The IG is our thing. As a matter of fact, the IG belongs to the G7. It does not belong to you. The people who have been called there are new players who have called them to come and play. So that is what I want to say about Molanjo. And that is what I want to say about self-defense. And I also want to say that there is now a clear indication that there is a coordination between what is happening on Ground Zero and the propaganda, the firm that La Republique has hired to do their propaganda. Because the least thing that happens there, they have already taken it. It is already on the international stage. So the interim government, I will pledge with them, you must achieve unity. It is upon you to create that unity. If you fail, you think that you want to go along, you fail everybody. You fail everybody. We need unity. United we stand, divided we fall. The military wings of this struggle, they need a code of conduct. We don't want to see what happened in Mato. We don't want to see what happened in Batibo again. We don't want arrest here, arrest there again. Get your act together. Dr. Ayabacho, Dr. Akwanga, sit down. You guys are the brain of the military. Sit down and you have a contract. Have a code of conduct that binds every fighter on the ground. They'll take their cue from you guys. And lastly, the issue concerning what Cristiano said, that the leaders, they want to divide money from themselves. Cristiano, you cannot eat your cake and you have it back. You yourself, you said that they had a vote. The leaders, the G7 plus the IG, they have a vote that all the money that comes will be shared on Ground Zero amongst the various groups on Ground Zero. And they agreed that there are only 3 groups amongst them who have people in Ground Zero. The SOCADEF, ADF, and ASC. So this money was supposed to go to these 3 groups. Ayabacho wasn't there, and when he heard about this decision, he sent his input that he want to manage his own thing. And it was agreed. Mola Seko participated in that vote. But after he left that place, he went and gave a wrong information to the IG people from what Cristiano is saying, because that is where he got the information. And now Professor Ayim, who was not in that conference, he already write a list that this money should be used to buy granite, and then they will share it to the fighters on the ground. How can you go and buy granite and share it to the other fighters? How can you do that? It's not even practicable. Give the money to their commanders or to their group. Let the group spend the money. The poor guy there, Mancho, the guy who they give the money to him, Mancho, somebody who is an IG person in the first place. Mancho is an IG person. He was just called from the floor by Edwin from Republic of Ambazonia to come and help to collect money. They collect the money. They have now tried to vilify him. All this corny, making people villain, is not helping anybody anyway. That is not how to run a government. Focus on the big ball. The IG, it is your job to bring the unity. It is your job, it is your responsibility to bring about the unity. And now you are instead, you are becoming the obstacle for unity. It should end. It should end. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in this show. If there was any specific question I would have liked to answer, today I will not take up call. So Ayaba is the problem. He should step down. Talking about somebody is a problem does not make that person a problem. If I would say that you carry me, oh, I'm the problem, this one is the problem, and all of us will step down, it will not still solve the problem. Ayabacho, I understand the issue with Ayabacho. The problem I see with Ayabacho, I'll give you a classic example. In Washington, D.C., in front of the White House, they gave everybody microphone to speak. Look at the speeches that they make. Go and look at the speeches. Ayabacho is somebody who have a plan. He has a vision. He's a natural leader. Everybody can see, nobody can argue that. And I think that the people of the interim government, they are having complex because they are not bringing their plan. They are not bringing the plan for the people. So when they see Ayabacho doing what he's doing, they think that they have to bring him down because he's reminding people of what they are supposed to be doing. That is what I think. That's what I think about it. Because they have been lying, making lies and lies. Lies and lies about Ayabacho for what? Why should they be lying about this man? It has made me to defend him so much that people think now that I'm AGC. Why should you be lying about the man? What has he done? If somebody have his talent, a problem will become talented. You have your talent, they will have to insult you. Say that, oh, this one, try to manufacture things. Somebody called when you are in the meeting. They say that they are going to raise funds, share the funds about you. He said, okay, when you share the money, send my own from my own group. They said that he wants to take the money and chop. He wants to share the money amongst themselves as though they want to take the money and money for chop them. You know, fine. Let all this making people demons, let it stop. Ayabacho he has never said that he wants to lead this struggle. He has never said that. As a matter of fact, he has said that a Southerners should lead us. That is what he has said. So I don't know why people are having problem with Ayabacho. I really don't know why. I really don't know why. People will say that, oh, he's doing propaganda. But which group have not done propaganda? Which group have not done propaganda? Which group has not done propaganda? So that is it. Thank you very much for everybody. I'll check if there is any question. The thing is that if you don't know how to speak, it's because you don't have anything to say. That is a fact. Just like when you go to court, the lawyer who have a stronger case, the justice believe that if you can have a good case, then you should be able to win. It's by reasoning. So if Ayabacho can speak eloquently, it's because he has a plan. He has a vision of what he can talk about. If Sako is also a brilliant person, he's a smart person, but I have not seen his plan. He has not articulated anyone. Your plan cannot just say, trust me, just give me anything, I'll take you to Buea. And then, okay, we have trusted you with my trip to Buea. What has become of my trip to Buea? What is the assessment of the success rate of my trip to Buea? Nothing. You come with the Marshall Plan. We have not even started the Marshall Plan. Now you say you are going to take another country by country from an activist. Instead of the leaders, the activists following the leaders. Now the leaders are following the activists. Who is supposed to be taking whose message? It was supposed to be Eric Tato collecting the message of Sako and spreading it out. That is our job as activists. Now it is instead the interim government going to collect ideas from an activist. Well, we don't suffer. We don't suffer. My prayer and I only say, me were eye open, will force them and unite. Because if we leave them and begin the work so one the go the left, do one the go the way, do one the go only way, we go suffer stay until the day where I go open. Say they must unite, and then we go bring them before we go do anything. Because people they wash we oh, they wash we. If we are not united, we don't finish. If we are not united, we don't finish. Monso they will take advantage. Kadina to me they will bring their own idea because of weighty. We don't lose wa mojo. All man fi siam. If we no one say na me say na we no like am siam. Without our unity, no man no go help we. No man, all our sacrifice will be for nothing. So if they were leader then ready like we, me them unite. If we are leader then ready like we, me them unite. So thank you very much. May God no. I don't want that. People should not lie about the issue about Bitcoin with my trip to Buea. It has no relationship. It was a post that Mark Barata made and people took it out of context. There is nothing like they want to invest money for my trip to Buea to Bitcoins. That is just completely wrong. There is also nothing like Chris Arnold receiving salary from the interim government. That is completely wrong. We have to be objective. We have to be pragmatic. We don't have to be throwing stones on people who don't deserve it. When there is legitimate criticism, we have to deliver it as criticism legitimately, without any corny. We say it as it is. We say it as it is. If they want to receive our advice, they should receive it. If they don't want, they should wait until they will realize and then they will come back to the same point. You remember when we said that they should make an AIP? They refused. They came back and do it. We said that they should do unity. They refused. They came and then they make small one-day unity. Money come inside and say their skin is sweet. They say their skin is sweet. Today we still talk the same thing. They go wait today until they go come back. So thank you all very much for participating and God bless you. I think let me check for 2 minutes. If there is no question, then I'll have to go. James, you keep on saying Eric Tato is the best amongst all us. Okay, yes, Eric Tato is the best. Are you happy now? Are you happy? Some of you guys are really childish. You think that we will risk our life to come and do here to just prove that we are the best? No. My advice I will tell you is that every time, my religion teach me that anytime you compare yourself with somebody, either you are better or you are below. So every time you compare yourself with somebody, then you are losing. There's no use for you to be comparing yourself with anybody. Just do your best. Me, I am trying to do my best for my country and for my people. That is all I do. I don't care if somebody is better than me or I'm better than somebody. How much do they pay me? As a matter of fact, I'm putting my life at risk and the life of my family at risk. I'm putting my money, spending hours and hours. Every day, minimum, I stay on my phone for 4 hours every day, minimum. Plus the research I have to do for the struggle. Contact this one there. We do all these things to come and just compare to show somebody that you are better. Then you have some complexity in your life. You are not man enough. You don't have balls. So anybody who is there thinking about who is the best, who is not the best, is the same childish problem I see. Is primitivity. It's primitive. I see people always comparing, hey, this group is better than this one. Hey, this one. No, every group have its own ideology. Nobody should be comparing. You compare, you make yourself like a kid. Okay, Eric Tato is the best. Are you happy? Some people, they're foolish, eh? He's the best. He's the best. Go and tell him I've said he's the best. I give him kudos. I hope that will be very happy and it solve a lot of problems. Anyway, God bless all of you. Thank you for participating in the show. We'll continue to do advocacy and try to bring out the best that we can do according to the small ability that God has given us to make sure that the country that we grew up in, our own beloved country, let it also have a future and a chance for the next generation not to go through what we are going through. God bless you all. May the struggle be short. May our freedom be long. We pray for those who are in jail, those who are in seat, our leaders who are there. May God give them strength. We pray for our leaders who are outside. We pray for them so that God should give them the heart to unite together and to be honest, because this is a God-ordained struggle. God only fulfill or establish people in righteousness. So we must be truthful. We must be honest. We must be people of dignity in this struggle. When you have an agreement, it should matter. You don't go to a conference, you agree that when you collect money, you are going to share it. When you agree that you are going to share the money, and after the meeting, the money comes in, instead of you sharing the money, you go out there to make stories, just to bring down the other people. It doesn't help anybody. But as we say, we will fight. We will fight till the last man standing. As Honorable Weber said it, till they can take the army of France and add it to their own, they will never be able to subdue us. We will fight for our God-given right until we have our independence. This war that was brought upon us. We didn't ask for it, but we are going to fight it. Our boys, our young boys are willing to die. Millions and millions of them. Let them know that. They cannot kill all of us. They are willing to die. Every day I receive messages of people who want to join the Amber Boys. Every day. Every day. My classmates who are in the military, the ones that I know, the ones that I grew up with in the quartier, all of them, they are with we. They are with us. They are with us. Paul Biya should know that he will lose this battle. It's not be comparison, Serene Nancy, not be comparison. We are all Amber Boys, we are all comrade. We should try to work together. All this comparison is childishness, is primitivity. I am bigger than that. I am confident within my skin. I'm trying to do my best and nothing but my best. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. May the struggle be short. May our freedom be long.